Why is surfing so addictive and popular? I think some of it has to do with the fact that every time we go surf, we experience something different. And we experience something different from the person next to us in the same session. And that variability, that unknown or mystery is, I think, one of the reasons we continue to return to the ocean. But that same reason is also why it's so difficult to make improvements in a short time frame, because every wave is different, every spot is different, every day is different, heck, every minute is different. And on top of this, we all ride different surfboards, shortboards, longboards, funboards, paddleboards, and there are hundreds of variations of each one. So when we're trying to figure out a cookie cutter way to solve a problem we're having, it just won't work. There are too many scenarios. However, if we can figure out not only how to do something, but why it works, why it gets results, if we know why something works, we can adapt to any given scenario. Like I said, everybody has different scenarios. Everybody has different board lengths and board designs and different body types, and they surf at different surf spots. But if you understand why something works, you can make adaptations to whatever you come across. That's the philosophy at the Surfing Paddling Academy. If you can understand why something works that helps you move through the water, you can make adaptations to whatever you come across. There are slight variations when it comes to how you should paddle on different types of craft, and there are slight variations also in the different conditions you surf in. Now, despite this, I've tried to put together a general guidelines paddling cheat sheet for you. Shortboards, longboards, and paddleboards are the three types of craft I've outlined, and the two scenarios we have tried to define are paddling out, or cruising speed, and catching a wave, which is your sprint speed. And for a paddleboard, prone versus knee paddling. I'm going to feature each one of these scenarios in 6 different videos, and at the end I'll provide a link so you can download this summary. Now, you can use this as a reference. Keep in mind, this should only be used as a guide. These are general guidelines. Now, in the Surfing Paddling Academy class, we focus on learning not only what the technique is and how you can do it also, but why it works, why it gets results. Again, if we know why something works, then we can adapt to any scenario. Different boards, different surf spots, different conditions, we'll have it covered. So the first scenario is for a shortboard paddling out or cruising around. When you're paddling out, use the energy conserving S stroke. You end up taking less strokes, and because it uses a combination of muscles, it reduces any likelihood of injury to the rotator cuff muscles. Again, if you want to know how to do this technique, how to actually do it, or really any of these techniques that I'm going to show you, as well as why it works, sign up for the training at surfingpaddling.com. It'll walk through almost all of what I'm going to cover here. When entering your hand into the water to take a stroke, keep the entry angle on the low side. And as with all of these scenarios, you don't want to splash the water. Enter nice and quiet, fingertips first, hands flat. The lower entry angle will set up lengthening the waterline so that you can glide and conserve energy. The head position should be neutral, comfortable yet functional. And again, in order to conserve energy, simply bring your feet up just above the water. When we're paddling out or paddling around the lineup, we are looking for efficiency. We're looking to conserve energy. We spend around 60% of our time just paddling around. That's 85% of our active time in the water. And of that, over 90% is spent paddling at a regular, casual speed. So we want to conserve energy wherever possible. Finally, we want to apply a slight roll from rail to rail. This is going to help us recover our hand and arm for the next stroke without adding any additional drag. It also helps a little with propulsion through the counter rotation of our hips and shoulders, and allows us to position our arms into a power position in the underwater arm stroke. Again, if you want to know how to do any of these techniques, as well as know why it works, and learn even more easy-to-do techniques that will help you catch more waves with less effort, sign up for the training at surfingpaddling.com. The next video is going to cover paddling to catch a wave on a shortboard. In the meantime, I'll see you in the water.